My name is Kathleen Sharkey, and it's been a wild ride this school year, so I thought it would be appropriate for my Module 1 analysis to create a page in my Articulate Rise for colleagues in my department at Hinsdale Central High School. To begin with, my new media that I've been working with my goal is I want us to work together as a team to share ideas, successes, and failures and thoughts about the upcoming school year. The learning environment is going to occur for teachers at home as well as teachers in school. Our target audience is going to be working with teachers in my department at Hinsdale Central High School. We have a variety of teachers. I am actually the youngest teacher in our department, and we have teachers all the way up to, I believe, like 60 plus in their age. A variety of teachers in educational background. This is my second year at Hinsdale Central High School. The teacher's been there the longest, it's 30 years. We are predominantly female as a department, but we do have about 5 or 6 male math teachers. Our department is very large. We have about 25 to 26 math teachers. So there's a lot of different personalities and a lot of things that go on in our department. The main topic that we're going to be working with in this professional development sort of activity is we're going to discuss the successes and failures that occurred this year and changes that need to be applied for next school year. A little bit about what's currently going on in my school is we are transitioning from a traditional math pathway to an integrated math pathway. So students will no longer be following the track of Algebra 1, Geometry, Algebra 2, Pre-Calc, and then Calculus. Students will have more of an opportunity to choose which pathway best fits their needs and will allow them to reach the success in math that they truly want. So we're transitioning to programs called Math 1, Math 2, Math 3. Then students will have the choice to take pre-calculus, college prep math, consumer mathematics, eventually taking them to business calc or calculus or even multivariable calculus, and of course some statistics thrown in there. For my colleagues, I really want them to remember when I present this to them that this is a safe place and the thoughts are going to be shared anonymously unless they decide to attach their name to it. I think it's super important that we can all be in an open setting and express our opinions without feeling judgment. It's been a really stressful year for a lot of teachers, so I think it's really important that we can reflect and look upon things that were successful for us and things that were failures, because I think a lot of good things came out of this pandemic in the educational world and a lot of bad things. So there's a lot of things that we want to make sure that we fix prior to going to next year and also take those successes we did have into next year. For this activity, I don't know if it's gonna, let's see here. I've included a Jamboard link. I'm not sure how familiar everyone in my department is with Jamboard. If we click here, it's going to open me to our collaborative page. So this just is kind of a little letter from me, and each of the course teams will be able to make their own copy if they want to personalize it, and we could share it all together as a team, or we can all write on the same page, which is super cool about a Jamboard. So there's different topics that I have listed on the Jamboard, and I kind of started to put my own ideas on there just to get the ball rolling. But I'm going to have teachers add sticky notes to express these different topics or ideas. So things that were successful tools in their classroom this year. So 2 things that I really use is My Open Math and Flipgrid. Those are some tools that I really found success and I want to continue to make sure to use next year. I also want to give teachers the opportunity to describe something that was difficult. Cheating was huge this year, unfortunately, so that it's going to be something that we definitely want to try to fix for next year. Balancing the 2 groups of students was tough. Collaboration and communication between students was tough, even between teacher and student and student and student. It was a very individual year, and I'm hoping next year, not hoping, it is a major goal of mine to make sure we get back to collaborating as a whole as well as student to student, not so individualized. We are transitioning to an integrated math program, so what are some things that we're super excited about? We've been really passionate about this work, so where there's a lot of great things that are to come from it. So just to share some ideas that make us proud of what we're actually really doing. With the new curriculum, what are we really nervous about? We've had some parent and community pushback. Just the unfamiliarity and starting something new is scary. So just having teachers talk about what things we're nervous about and how could we maybe overcome those conversations we could have in those institute days. And then finally, actually there's two more things. What is something you did this year that you want to continue to do next year? This is going to be really great for course teams. We really try hard to be equitable, so I think it's super important that teachers have that opportunity to talk about as a whole, as a course team, everyone who teaches calculus, to make sure they're on the same page and what successes they had. Each teacher should still have their individual freedom and their creativity they can bring to that, but just make sure that we're being equitable across all classes. And what's something this year that we really don't want to do next year? I think it's important to kind of reflect on those things as well. Overall, I really hope this activity is going to provide the collaboration and communication that we really need. Even this year, it's been isolating as a teacher. We're no longer like hanging out in the staff cafeteria or going to the office. You've really had to, at least since spring break, we've been forced to communicate a little bit more, but it's been easy to hide this year. So I think this is going to be a great opportunity on our institute days at the end of the school year as well as the beginning of the school year to really focus on what are our goals going into next year and how we're going to achieve those things. Alrighty, well, thank you and have a wonderful day.